The Longest Day, Celebrating the Summer Solstice by Wendy Pfeffer, illustrated by Linda Bleck. As summer approaches in the northern part of the world, bison shed their heavy coats, mountain goats climb to sunny pastures, and with a splash of color, butterflies emerge from silky cocoons. At this time of year, the sun appears early each morning, rises higher into the sky each day, and lingers long into the evening. Days become longer and warmer, and crops grow and ripen. Around June 21st, the first day of summer, as Earth moves in its orbit, the northern half of the Earth tilts toward the sun, and so it gets more sunshine than the southern half. The first day of summer, called the summer solstice, has more daylight hours than any other day of the year, making it the longest day. The sun spreading warmth and light has always been important to people. Warm sunshine and more daylight hours make for good growing season to supply life-giving food. The sun was so valuable to people who lived in ancient times that some considered it one of their gods. Egyptians believed their sun god, Ra, sailed in a golden boat across the sky. The Greeks thought their sun god, Apollo, drove a chariot through the heavens, and the sun was one of the blazing wheels. Early people observed and recorded how the sun appeared to move through the sky. Ancient Greeks measured the shadows of a tall pillar. The shortest shadow occurred on the longest day in the summer, when the midday sun was high in the sky. The longest shadow appeared on the shortest day in winter, when the midday sun was low in the sky. The people of the Chumash tribe in California painted a sunburst around an opening in the ceiling of a cave. They called it the House of the Sun. During mid-afternoon on the longest day, the sun's rays streamed through the opening, and when the sunlight beamed onto a quartz crystal that was wedged into the ground, the Chumash welcomed summer solstice. 5,000 years ago in England, people began building structures to mark these special times of the year. One prehistoric monument, Stonehenge, consists of a circle of stones. Some line up with the summer solstice sunrise, others line up with the winter solstice sunset. Similar yet puzzling stone structures cover Mystery Hill in New Hampshire. Some call it America's Stonehenge. While Stonehenge is neatly arranged, Mystery Hill is a jumble of stones, many etched with ancient inscriptions. Early on June 21st, visitors flocked to Mystery Hill. They watched the sun come up over Sunrise Stone, marking the beginning of the longest day. In Wyoming, during mid-June, thousands of people hike up Medicine Mountain to see Bighorn Medicine Wheel. Scientists and archaeologists believe the Plains Indians constructed this 80-foot wide circle of rocks between 200 and 800 years ago. 28 spokes radiate out from a central hub. One spoke points to the summer solstice sunrise and another to the summer solstice sunset. Over 700 years ago in Lithuania, villagers celebrated the longest day by washing their faces with morning dew, then singing, dancing, and feasting. They coated a wheel with tar, covered it with straw, and set it afire on top of a hill to symbolize the sun at the highest point in the sky. Then they rolled it down the hill towards a river to symbolize the sun moving through the sky. If the wheel was still burning as it hit the water, they believed the summer sun would produce a bountiful harvest. Today, Lithuanians and people in many other countries celebrate St. John's Day on June 24th with festivities from sunup to sundown. The days around the summer solstice have been called midsummer because June 21st is about midway between May and August. On Midsummer's Eve, ancient Germanic tribes built fires. They thought the fire would help the sun warm the earth and drive away unwanted spirits. They believed the bigger the fire, the farther away those spirits would move. And couples used to jump over the fires, hoping that the summer crops would grow as high as they could jump. On land that lies above the Arctic Circle, the sun shines for 24 hours on June 21st. In Sweden, it's called the day that never ends. Towns will often set up a midsummer pole, strewn with streamers and flowers, flags and greens. Villagers wear folk costumes and play traditional music and dance around the pole. Each year, the people of Nome, Alaska celebrate the summer solstice with a midnight sun festival. On June 21st, the sun shines for more than 22 hours. People parade, barbecue, and dance in the streets. And if the ice is broken up on the Bering Sea, the annual polar bear swim is held. Brave people dip their entire bodies in the almost freezing water to celebrate the longest day. During the hot weather, the days shorten and summer soon ends. Leaves fall, cool winds blow. Bison start growing heavier coats. Mountain goats wander down to the windless pastures, and monarch butterflies migrate south to the warm skies of Mexico. The Earth continues its orbit around the sun until the next year, when people in the northern part of the Earth will once again enjoy the summer solstice and the longest day of the year.